Been asking, polls ask, what's the most important issue to you? What do they say?
All right, so this is a new Monmouth University poll, came out yesterday. I shared this with our dear friend Eric Hall, who's the executive producer, because I thought this was really interesting here. Look, at the top of the list, extremely or very important, 82% said inflation. That's not so surprising. But the crime, look at that, crime at 72%, way up there, the second most important issue for the federal government to address. And then abortion, all the way down here at just 56%, basically tied with infrastructure at 57%, well within the margin of error of infrastructure. This split, with crime being so high and abortion being so low, was quite the shocker to me.
And abortion is an issue that Democrats have been focused on since the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. And you look specifically, Harry, at what people are searching for on Google in terms of a couple of these issues.
Yeah, so the crime and abortion, because both of those, their placement on that chart was surprising me. So I was interested, what are people searching for on Google? What is it that comes to their mind? So this is Google searches crime versus abortion, the percentage among those who search for either. Look, around the time that Roe v. Wade was overturned in June, crime was just at 30% of all the searches that people were searching between crime and abortion. Abortion was at 70%. In May, again, abortion higher than crime. In July, it was basically tied. Abortion slightly higher than crime. But look now in September, crime 71% to just 29% for abortion. That is basically back to the pre-Roe v. Wade overturning sort of baseline, where we were back in April, where crime was making up 74% of the searches versus abortion at just 26%.
And this matters because when you look at these issues, which parties are doing better with them?
Yeah, so crime is an issue that Republicans love to talk about. You see it in a ton of their ads. Why? Because which party do you trust more? On crime, look at that. Republicans at plus 23 points over the Democrats, versus abortion, where Democrats have a 17-point edge. Crime is basically the economy for Republicans. They love to be talking about the economy. They love to be talking about high inflation. They also love to be talking about crime. Democrats do not want to be in this ballpark. They want to be talking about abortion, which is the main focus of most of their ads. So the more that voters care about crime, the worse it is for Democrats.
Gallup asks a really interesting question, Harry. It asks people they poll, if the issue that is most important to you, whatever it is,
yes,
which party do you trust the most?
That's exactly right. You can say anything that you want to. If you're scared of clowns, you could say that's the most important issue. And on the issue that Americans say is most important to them, who do they trust more? They trust the Republican Party more to handle by a 48% to 37% margin. This is a huge gap, John.
It's a huge gap because when you look back historically, what does that tell you?
Yeah, so an 11-point gap, which is what we have right now. And I looked at all the midterm elections going back since 46, midterm elections with a Democratic president. This 11-point edge is near the top. And look at all these years in which Republicans held this margin, this lead on the issue that's most important. And then look at the GOP House seats won. Obviously, we're not sure what's going to happen this year. But in all the other years that are anywhere close to this, look at that, 246 Republican House seats won, 247, 230, 242. And of course, you just need 218 for a majority. Right. So if this election looks anything like this, if voters react in the way that they normally do, then Republicans are going to have a very good night come election night.